Okay, the boxing world. Welcome to Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy. Roll on. Saw some good fights last night, man. And the fights last night, man, brought up this topic I want to discuss, man. Something I think is very interesting and needed to be discussed in the sport of boxing, in my opinion. We had a set of super middleweight fights, man, which was the main event on a top ranked card out of Canada, Quebec, Canada last night. Um, Embley, man, he's one of the top guys in that 168-pound super middleweight, and 28 with 23 knockouts. He went up against a veteran. I call him a veteran because this guy has fought a lot of guys, man, for the title. He's fought for the world title over 3 times. Well, fought 3 times, and he to me what I call he's like a tool that we use to see if you're really about that life. If you can get past Derek Yunchek, then okay, we're gonna take you serious because you got to get past a good fighter, and he's a good fighter. And last night he fought a really good fight after being hurt in the 5th round. He went the whole 10 rounds fighting with one arm. Now, my question to you is: should the fight have been stopped, or is it okay to allow a hurt fighter, a handicapped fighter, to continue fighting in a condition where he's a handicap and he's at and he taking punches that he shouldn't be taking? How long or what's the gauge? Do we allow him to take these punches, or do we say he's hurt, he's a handicap, and we need to we got to throw in the towel and let it and take the loss? Do we take the loss, or do we try to win? And in most cases, impossible win, or very rarely win that you can come back with one eye or one arm or one hand, Or is it part of the sport? Is the sport that type of sport where you fight when you hurt? I mean, I remember years ago, Muhammad Ali got his jaw broken in the 2nd round by Ken Norton and went 15 rounds. Does that mean that you're a true champion? That you can go 15 rounds or 13 rounds with a broken jaw? Is it a smart way of being good? Like I remember one of the Russell brothers, he had a one-arm situation when he fought a whole fight with one arm and took the loss. So what do we do? Do we throw in the towel? No, I'm not letting my fighter take punches. Or is he not a real true champion because he had to quit? It's a tough decision, man, because I'm going to tell you something, man. I can't understand why Deontay Wilder would fire Mark Breland for caring about him and not allowing him or wanting him to take unnecessary punishment from Tyson Fury. For that, he did throw in the towel, and that's enough. You don't need to take no more punches. We come back from that. That's why I love Buddy McGirt so much, man, because he always seemed like he cared for his fighters more so than the win or the victory allowed him. No, Buddy would jump in there and he'll stop that fight. But is that smart? Because some people believe true champions go out on their shield. What is that? Go out on their shield. Knock me out, finish me off. Because what? I'm going to tell you, the Tim Tszyu fight against Fundora earlier this year, right? Tim Tszyu clearly to me looked like he was the better fighter and going to win the fight. He just unfortunately, he got ran into an elbow and been bleeding ferociously for rounds and rounds and blood in his eyes, clearly disadvantaged. And Fundora was able to be hitting him and beating him. And it looks to me like, of course, Tim Tszyu was still getting some punches in and doing the best he can, but a clear disadvantage, clear handicap, and in my opinion, should have been stopped. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Do you stop the fight, or do you let him go out on his shield in a handicap situation, one arm, one eye? I know this is kind of strange coming from me. This is kind of strange because, I fought with one eye for a long time. I fought a disadvantage, man. I believe, look, we got to go. This is what fighting is about. This is what it is. But as you get older and you get wiser You start to think for a minute. Taking unnecessary punishment, is that wise? Is it wise to say, I didn't get knocked out, I went the distance? Does that make any sense to anybody? On the card last night, uh, I'm gonna be good with you. Sergey, he and Durham. Boy, I got problems with these names. Duran Yancheko. He he fought great with one arm. He managed to finish the 10 rounds. Took some unnecessary punishment, but he was in the fight with one arm. But now we really don't know if Emberley is really as good as he is because he couldn't stop a one-armed guy. He showed some good talent. He threw some money, but he was fighting somebody with one arm that he couldn't knock out. Something to think about. Never looked at it that way. On the undercard, though, was a set of heavyweights, man, and also contributed to this discussion that I'm having, man, because Mahmoud, he is 19-2, 18 knockouts, man, 10-round heavyweight fight against Guadi Villarreal. And he got punched in the eye where the eye was swollen. The eye was shut in the 5th round, I believe it was. No, that's the other fight, 5th round. But his eye was swollen for a lot of rounds, man, and he continued fighting. And the doctor had to go up into the ring like 3 times and continue letting him fight. The corner kept sending him back out with one eye all the way closed. He kept being susceptible to get hit with the straight right hands over and over again. It was clear to me that he wasn't going to be able to win that fight under that situation. And in my opinion, the doctor should have been stopped the fight. But that's just my opinion because I could be wrong. What do? Should the champion go out on his shield? Should the champion, get a swollen eye, one eye shut? Now he's a handicap. Should he get the opportunity to stay there and try to win against an opponent that's clearly have the advantage? Or do we say, you know what? Unfortunately, the circumstances happen, and that's what it is. I don't know, man. I really want to know what you guys think, man. I'm very interested in your comment on this topic right here, man. I really appreciate it, man, if you guys would drop what you think, man. Should you continue to fight in those situations? Should your corner know more than you? Because most fighters ain't going to quit. Most fighters ain't going to stop, But should the corner be intelligent enough or smart enough to say, nah, that's enough for you. You don't need to take that. You don't need to take that right there, But Villanello did pretty good, man. Referee stopped the fight in the 8th round. Finally, he stopped the fight in the 8th round. And these 2 fights, man, brought on this topic, man, we wanted to bring on this discussion. Should you stop the fight? When should you stop a fight? When should you stop a fight? When you knocked out cold? I like the fact that now the fighters are having now the sanctions are having the fighters go to the hospital or go to get checked, make sure that they're good after each fight. I like that from last week's fight. That was a good thing to see. But also on the undercard last night, man, I wanted to mention this right here, man. It's a good up-and-coming guy, man, that a lot of people was having a lot of hope for and a lot of love for, man. It's Abdullah Mason, man. He's 15-0 with 13 knockouts, man. He knocked out a Mike Chandry last night in the 2nd round. We couldn't really see too much in the 2nd round, how good he was, but Abdullah Mason, man, he still displays some really talented fighting ability for a young man and got a lot of hope for him. I think he's a very that's coming up right now. And I think he's about ready now, man. 15-0, 13 knockouts. Yeah, I think he's ready to really be tested by somebody good. Abdullah Mason did good last night. All right, and what do you know, man? This is Derek Pop rolling on at Strictly Boxing. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you hit the like icon, I like it, hit the bell so you'll be notified of when I do more videos. I'll all appreciate that, but more so than all of that, man. Please, bro. I really want to know your discussion on this topic. Should the fight get stopped? Should the corner stop it? if there's a clear disadvantage, you got one arm, one leg, I don't know. It's something to think about because I was talking to my wife, man. She said that the Olympians, brought to my attention, man. They wrap up their ankle, twist their ankle. They still compete. They go out there and they compete in a situation, whether they're hurt or not. But boxing is something different. I'll tell you. Boxing is something different. You're getting hit. One punch could kill you. One punch that you shouldn't take could probably kill you. All of that is a risk, man. Damage to the brain. There's just so many things that can happen, and you can probably be in a lot of more harm to yourself by taking extra punches unnecessarily because you're handicapped in the ring. I think the referees and the doctors and the commissioners and we need to take heed of that to find out what it really is. Because I know you're getting millions of dollars and I want to see you go out on your shield. Go out on your shield. Yeah, all right, man. Please. Yo, this is Derek Poppy Roland at Strictly Boxing. Peace.